Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu. Iyyah al-Habib. Peace be upon you and the mercy of Allah and His sanctification, O beloved people. The sun has now entered Leo. And what does that mean? That means a regal sense of purpose. Leo is ruled by the sun, and the sun is in Leo, so the sun is ruling itself. It's in its sign of rulership. They say accidentally dignified, but there are no accidents, so it's just dignified. Right? So, regal sense of purpose in line with the other planets. So, the sun is trine Saturn and it's trine Neptune, both in Aries, and it's sextile Uranus in Gemini. So this is a very interesting energy because trine represents the flow of energy for the purpose of ultimately expression, understanding expression, right? Because 120, right, the trine, 120, that reduces to 3, and 3 is expression, right, which is represented by the sign of Leo, right? 3 is a Leo number. So 3 happens to be ruled also by the sun. So now we have the trine, which is a Leo degree harmonic. Then we have Saturn in Aries, retrograde. And that retrograde means a reassessment of the structures that you have been placing on your life or others have been placing on your life, right? Or the circumstances of nature have placed on your life. And it's also trine Neptune, which is extrasensory conception, which rules over things like dreams, visions, advertisements as well. So that's also retrograde. So that's also a reassessment of extrasensory conception in the sign of leadership, right? The impulsive sign of Aries. So we have to reassess the impulsiveness of the time because these are inter or extra generational planets, interpersonal, right? Or intra, right? Because it's going out of the personal sector and going into the collective sector, right? So, with the sun having favorable energy with these two, now is an excellent time, especially these next few days, because it's separating. Because Saturn and Neptune are moving back into Pisces, and the sun is moving forward. So the angle is separating, right? They're trying now, they're in an easy trine now, and they will be for about a week, right? But as they separate, the energy will move further away until the planets move again. But the sun will not be trine Saturn. Pardon me, gotta watch what I'm doing. The trine of Sun and Saturn and Neptune will last only about, I'll say, a week and a half at best. Or at least until the sun moves into the 8th or 9th degree, depending on how fast Saturn and Neptune are moving backwards retrograde. But definitely when the sun moves into the 11th degree, it will definitely not be trine anymore. So, the solar energy of Leo, regal sense of purpose, sextile Uranus in Gemini, which is innovation and rebellion, and through mental versatility. Innovation in abundance, innovation in rebellion, Jupiter's abundance, through Gemini, which is mental versatility. So, we can use the rhyme of the time. I guess some people can use artificial intelligence to their ultimate benefit, especially today. I wouldn't use it because I don't use it because I use meditation. So today is the perfect day to meditate on your goals, right? To use your higher senses, to use the influence of Uranus, innovation, mentally versatile, thinking of different scenarios in which to align with or bring about your ultimate sense of purpose, right? Your regal sense. In effect, to see yourself as the king or queen of your own castle, which is your consciousness. That is your castle. Your life is determined by your consciousness, and you are either the pauper or you are the ruler. So are you the ruler in this time? Are you going to align with the ruler energy? Are you going to use the moon in Cancer, right, to intuit an anticipative situation, to feel your way through the day, right? Are you going to use Mercury in Leo for today and have regal thoughts? Are you going to use Venus today in Gemini to attract through mental versatility? Are you going to activate concoction, aid, and meticulousness to get your point across, to align yourself with the actions that you need to take, how you need to take them, and to calculate where you need to go, and then act accordingly? Are you going to use Jupiter in Cancer and have an abundance of positive anticipation from your desired reality to a greater desired reality, right? Are you going to use Saturn in retrograde and reassess how you've been structuring your life, right? Where you've been impulsive? Are you doing impulsive spending? A lot of people are, because Saturn's in what? Aries. But now it's a reassessment of that. Oh, okay, I need to cut back on that. I need to have a budget. I need to have a budget with my energy, because a lot of people always think fiat notes, you know, monetary, financial, but it's all mental, right? The first so-called Hermetic law, all is mental. So it's all a mindset. And literally, money now is a number on a screen. So it's basically how you see it. Are you going to use Uranus in Gemini, as we previously just discussed, or mentioned rather? Are you going to use Neptune and reassess how you've been extrasensory conceiving, what you've been sensing, your dreams, your vision, how you've been advertising yourself and your consciousness, how you've been partaking in the advertisements or propaganda of others, right? Neptune also rules over toxins. Have you been poisoning yourself, right? Are you still on abusing substances that you shouldn't be taking? It doesn't have to be extreme. It could just be things like sugar, which is a big poison. In fact, that's probably the biggest poison, because everybody's on it, including myself, because they put sugar in certain things. And unless you're eating straight fruits and vegetables, anything you eat that's processed, you know, is going to have some form of sugar in it, even if it's cane sugar, like pure cane sugar. That's a big one, right? And then are you going to take it all the way to Pluto? And are you going to deconstruct and reconstruct your entire mental perception of everything that's going on right now as it relates to you, right? Are you going to completely deconstruct the scientific boundaries and limitations that have been placed on you, right? The mainstream narrative. Are you going to deconstruct that and reconstruct with a positive, productive, peaceful narrative that you have come to the conclusion of based on you actually investigating these things? I hope so. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu. Iyyahan nasil habib. Wada'an.